Hey everyone. So you know all that buzz going around about Overwatch 2 team compositions?
Yeah, a lot of chatter, a lot of speculation.
Exactly. Well, get ready, because today we're diving deep into all of it. We got some news straight from the Overwatch devs, and let me tell you,
Juicy stuff.
oh yeah, it hints at some really exciting possibilities for the future of the game. We're not just talking about, going back to 6v6.
Ooh, although
But
that is part of it, right?
It is, but it goes way beyond that. I think like entirely new formats, lots of experimentation.
I love it when they get experimental, keeps things fresh.
Absolutely. It really shows they're committed to making a game, that players actually want to play,
Which is key. You got to keep the community happy.
for sure. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's do a quick recap, just to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah, good idea.
So can you remind us why we even moved away from 6v6 in the first place?
Oh, right. Well, the switch to 5v5 in Overwatch 2, that was a big move. The goal was to make the gameplay more dynamic. Give each player a bigger impact.
Yeah, less about the whole team deathball thing, more about individual plays.
Exactly. So they got rid of one tank, which helped reduce crowd control, sped up matches.
Made things a lot more fast-paced, for sure.
Definitely. And the idea was that would give each player a stronger sense of, agency, like their actions really mattered.
Which, it did, but it was also pretty divisive. Some people loved the changes, others felt like it kind of lost some of that classic Overwatch team synergy.
Totally. It was a big change, bound to have mixed reactions.
And that's what makes this recent news so surprising. I'm talking about the director's take blog post, where they actually announced they're going to be testing.
Hold on. They're testing 6v6 again.
Not one, but two different 6v6 formats coming in season 14.
Whoa, okay. They were pretty adamant against bringing back 6v6, weren't they?
Yeah, at first. But it seems like they're willing to, explore all the options. Gotta keep the game fresh, right?
That's right. If it means a better game, gotta be open to change.
All right, so let's break down these 6v6 test formats. First up, we've got Min 1, Max 3, Open Queue.
That sounds like it could get pretty wild.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. You could have a team with 3 tanks just lumbering across the map.
Unstoppable force, right. Or how about a whole squad of snipers raining down chaos?
Seriously. The possibilities are endless. It really opens the door for some, crazy, unique team compositions.
Yeah, definitely not your typical meta, which I think is the point.
It is. And it's not just about, weird team makeups. You can also switch roles mid-match.
Oh, really? So, if your tank strategy isn't working, you can switch it up.
Exactly. As long as you stay within that Min 1, Max 3 rule, gotta have at least one of each role, but no more than 3.
That makes sense. Keeps things balanced, but still super flexible.
And that adds a whole other layer of strategy, right? Players have to adapt on the fly, react to what's happening in the match.
I can't wait to see what kind of crazy strategies come out of this.
Me too. I have a feeling we're going to see some truly wild stuff. And who knows? Maybe even some brilliant new tactics will emerge.
For sure. I'm really curious what the pros will come up with. They always find ways to exploit the meta,
Absolutely. And this new format, it's like a blank slate, just waiting for them to figure it out.
I'm excited. It'll be fascinating. But it's not all about, just creating wacky team compositions.
Right. There's got to be a bigger reason for bringing back 6v6.
Exactly. Think about it. This format could give the devs some valuable insights, What if they never went to 5v5?
Oh, an alternate timeline. That's a cool way to put it.
Right, and the data they get from these tests, that could shape the future, The role of 6v6, will it come back full time?
But hold on, there's more.
There's another 6v6 format.
Yep. They're bringing back classic 2-2-2 roll queue. 2 tanks, 2 damage, 2 supports.
The good old days. But there's a catch, right? It's not just going back to the old way.
You got it. They're incorporating all the key changes from Overwatch 2.
Reduce crowd control, all the hero reworks.
It's a blend, taking the best of both eras and seeing what happens.
Interesting. The strategic depth of 2-2-2, but with that faster Overwatch 2 pace.
In the individual hero playstyle, that's still there too.
Definitely a recipe for some interesting meta shifts. I wonder how the balance will work out.
Me too. Whole new ball game. Okay, so we've got the 2 6v6 formats coming in season 14. But, they're not done experimenting yet.
Wait, there's more. What else are they cooking up?
They're also trying out new twists on the current 5v5 format, for season 13.
5v5 experiments too. They're really going all out.
They are. First up is Limit 2 and Quick Play. Think of it like a more structured open queue.
Okay, so still open, but with rules.
Yeah. The big thing is a max of 2 players per role.
Including tanks. So you could have 2 tanks, 2 damage, 1 support.
Exactly. No more stacking 5 DPS, which, honestly, good riddance.
I hear ya. But 2 tanks in 5v5, won't that be a bit overwhelming?
Well, that's why they're adjusting tank health pools to match the open queue balance.
So a bit less tanky than usual.
Yep. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Keeps it dynamic. Hopefully avoids a super slow meta.
Smart move.
Yeah.
So what's the other 5v5 experiment?
It's a new game mode codenamed Kingmaker, coming for the mid-cycle event, Season 13.
Oh, a new mode. Tell me more.
Details are still kind of hush-hush, but we know it's got the 2-player limit per role, like limit 2.
Okay, so similar structure.
There's a twist. Whoever's the only one playing their role gets a bonus.
A bonus. What kind of bonus? Extra damage. More healing.
Ooh, maybe invisibility? Probably not, but it's definitely got me curious.
Yeah, keeps you guessing. Gotta love a little mystery.
Right. The devs are keeping it secret for now. But I'm sure we'll get more info closer to launch.
Can't wait. So we got the 6v6 tests, limit 2, and the mysterious Kingmaker. What's the big picture here?
Well, it seems pretty clear to me. They're really exploring all their options for team compositions, right? Both in 5v5 and 6v6.
Pushing the boundaries, seeing what works. It's good to see them not settling for, just the status quo.
It's like they're admitting maybe they were a bit hasty dismissing 6v6.
Yeah, maybe there's room for both, 5v5 and 6v6, each catering to different players.
Exactly. And you know what I think is really great? They're really listening to the community feedback.
Oh yeah, they've been really emphasizing that, encouraging players to try out the new formats, share their thoughts.
It's our chance to have a say in how Overwatch 2 evolves. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you wonder, what if both 5v5 and 6v6, they became permanent options?
That's a big what if. What would that mean for the game?
Right, like how would the meta change? How would players adapt?
Balance, that's the big one. How do you balance 2 completely different formats?
So many questions. That's part of what makes this so exciting, right?
It is. It's like a few months ago, the devs themselves, they were totally against this idea.
Yeah, 5v5, that was the future, no question.
Yeah.
But now, they're actually open to it, having both, catering to different players.
It's a good sign. Shows they're willing to listen. Takes courage to admit, maybe you were wrong.
And in this case, it could lead to a much better Overwatch experience for everyone.
Exactly. More options, more variety, more fun.
So I gotta ask, what about you? What do you see for the future of Overwatch 2?
Yeah, what's your vision? You miss the 6v6 days? Happy with 5v5? Or does this whole having both options thing excite you?
It's a lot to think about, right? Separate ranked ladders, maybe?
Some heroes might be amazing in one format, but struggle in the other.
Could it split the player base? Or would it actually bring in more players?
Yeah, who knows? So many possibilities, all these unanswered questions.
It's kind of what makes it all so fascinating. We're on the edge of something big.
We are. And the best part, we get to be a part of it. This isn't just the devs deciding, they're asking us.
Right. Get on that PTR. Try out the new formats. Give them your feedback. It matters.
Who knows? Maybe your feedback, it'll be the thing that tips the scales.
A dynamic, ever-evolving Overwatch experience. That's the dream.
It is. And at the end of the day, that's what we all want. A game we love to play.
Well said. And hey, until next time, keep those gaming skills sharp and those minds open. You never know what's coming next.
That's right. Stay curious. This has been The Deep Dive. Signing on.
See you next time.